As president of the Architectural League, I am delighted to welcome you to this occasion, when we present our most important award, the President's Medal. And we are deeply grateful that His Highness the Aga Khan has agreed to accept the award. Tonight, we celebrate him and we celebrate his vision that led to the creation of the Aga Khan Award for Architecture 40 years ago. As architects, we usually dwell in the world of space defined by walls. But tonight, on this occasion, and in the midst of this very divisive time, we turn away from the concept of the wall and instead choose to celebrate the concept of the bridge. The poet Octavio Paz wrote, "Between now and now, between I am and you are, the word bridge." The Aga Khan Award has been a bridge connecting the world to the beauty and power of work done to serve Muslim populations. This work happens all over the world. Dhaka, Lagos, Copenhagen, Tehran, London, Beijing. We are all beneficiaries. This award helps to establish the quality of architecture, planning, and landscape design by shedding light on exemplary work. And most importantly, it affirms the power of architecture to create and to sustain a humane and beautiful world for all people. All people, all cultures, all faiths look to beauty as a profound source of both solace and joy.
We're extraordinarily honored to be able to present the League's President's Medal to His Highness the Aga Khan and to welcome him here along with his family, Princess Zara, Prince Hussein, and Prince Ali Mohammed. We're very pleased to welcome many members of the United Nations Diplomatic Corps here tonight, and I extend a special welcome to Dr. Fazal Barkat, President of the Ismaili Council of the United States, and his colleagues. The work of His Highness and the Aga Khan Award for Architecture played a very important and increasingly influential role in broadening and deepening international conversation about architecture and cities and rural environments by opening it to include participants and the discussion of places, practices, design traditions, and technologies that had not earlier been a part of global discourse. The deeply considered triennial award cycle and the wide-ranging educational and research programs that it has created are one of the most important and productive architectural initiatives in the world today. In a speech presenting the awards in one of its earliest cycles, His Highness said, "Architecture is the only art form which has a direct daily impact on the quality of human life. The desire to work continuously to improve quality of life through architecture has been a driving concern of the Aga Khan Award for Architecture since it was created, and of the work of the entire Aga Khan Development Network."
I am deeply honored to be here today. And I am from Burkina Faso. I was born in a village called Gando, which was even not known in the country itself. It was not in the map. And I grew up seeing and experiencing that a relative was traveling, going far to work abroad and to feed the family. And I got a chance to attend education. And this is the reason why I am here today. And the reason why I am able to be here, I have to say, is because of His Highness, the Aga Khan. I had the great chance to experience an Aga Khan Award in 2004 in Delhi, in India. I was a laureate, and I had the only chance to travel to India with my father and to receive the Aga Khan Award for architecture in Delhi from His Highness. There is no doubt. This was the proudest moment in my life. But the most important thing was the emotionally most important moment in my life in the relationship with my father, you know? Because my father was the one who sent me to school. And he did it because he wanted me to come back home and be able to read and write letters for him. And doing so, I got a chance to get a scholarship to go to Germany and study architecture. And it started. Suddenly, through the Aga Khan Award, I have become known. And my village has got a name. And that is the reason why I'm here tonight. It simply says that this award shows us that if our communities has a chance and got the means, they could just show what they can do for their own people, and that architecture is more than just a profession. Architecture can empower, can push people to create something that will show them a better future. And that is what about the Aga Khan Award. The accomplishment of His Highness, the Aga Khan, and the Aga Khan Award, and His Highness itself, and the committees and the juries is something profound. I think you will agree to me that we have to congratulate His Highness for this great award. And I must thank you for what you have made possible in my life and in the life of my village and in my architecture. So thank you very much.
The Aga Khan Award for Architecture may be only one of His Highness's signature achievements, but its significance is profound. Not only for its potential to expand the notion of what architecture can achieve and for whom, but for the possibility it promises for a change in the process. A process that is more inclusive, more respectful, and more thoughtful. A process that recognizes the cultural role of architecture and its capacity to change the lives of communities and individuals for the better. As you read about these extraordinary projects tonight in the book that you will receive later this evening, you will see that each one of them has created a pride of place and strengthened community bonds. You will also see that each project delivers considerably more than its individual program requires. For instance, a new bridge in Tehran becomes a complex, enjoyable, sociable, public open space, and not just a bridge. A community center in Bangladesh, settled low in the middle of a floodplain, is cooled by roofs of grass, blending seamlessly into the landscape and delivering services in a series of light-filled spaces. It is my interpretation of the Aga Khan Award that one of its fundamental purposes is to educate a wider audience, to promulgate values that demonstrate the power of architecture, to elevate the quality of life, and to support pluralism. I would like to persuade these mayors to look in a fresh way at cultural heritage, at existing cultural heritage, and adapt those plans to incorporate cultural and traditional references, and thus create a new kind of contemporary planning and architecture. Wouldn't this new approach foster a better sense of cohesion and stability? Wouldn't this be a better way for governments to ensure the long-term sustainability of the investments that they make in their cities? His Highness has said, "I believe that the process we have created and launched has become a self-sustaining and unstoppable force for change in the human habitat, not only in the Muslim world, but in much of the developing world as well." So, let us all play our role in ensuring that that force is indeed unstoppable. And let us also express our deep gratitude to the Aga Khan for his wisdom, his aspiration, and for his lasting impact. Thank you.
Thank you, Billy. I want to thank the Architectural League, Your Highness, your family, and my many friends and colleagues here, all of whom I met around that table in Geneva when we discussed the Aga Khan Award. And I have to say that the standards of research, discussion, reportage, and judgment around that table at the Aga Khan Award discussions and debates easily challenge Harvard's tenure process. It's a great honor and pleasure to be here today, and I'm actually relieved that I'm the third speaker after you've heard the serious architects, people who talk about policy and urban issues, treat me like the dessert souffle. A little bit of hot air, pleasant in its own way, keep the standards up and bring them down. I will be brief. It is an honor to speak this evening at an occasion on which a munificent patron of architectural awards is himself the recipient of the President's Medal of the Architectural League. Your Highness, let me assure you, a person of exquisite equestrian judgment, that this award has an impeccable pedigree, almost as distinguished as some of your legendary Derby winners, Shegar, Sindar, and more recently, Harzand. The Architectural League has its own Triple Crown lineup. Richard Mayer, Kenneth Frampton, Billy Chen, Todd Williams, Richard Serra, Professor Stern are amongst distinguished recipients of the medal. What gives this occasion a remarkable resonance is the profound symmetry of vision and sympathy shared by the Architectural League and the Aga Khan Award for Architecture. Openness, pluralism, opportunity, and justice, as they are brought to bear on all matters concerned with human settlement, never more important than now, human settlement and resettlement, are the core values of both institutions. The aim of architecture is to achieve the ultimate design for the quality of life and the civility of society. Architecture is as much about the brick and mortar of professional expertise as it is about the less tangible ethical values of belonging and neighborliness. My involvement with the Aga Khan Award for Architecture, as a member of both the master jury and the steering committee, persuades me that architecture is the midwife to the good life. Guided by His Highness's inspiring and incisive baton, we are challenged to puzzle the unborn, as Auden put it, to contemplate a world that still has to be built. Our conversations reflect on design solutions, argue about urban arrangements and ecological priorities, debate infrastructural interventions, and pay close attention to the importance of conservation and restoration. To make progress in the present requires us to protect the past and restore it to continued life. In each instance, we place ethical choices and judgments of value in the front and center of our deliberations. Each cycle of the award insists that we return with new resolve and fresh ideas to a world that has not worn as well as it should be. This is a world we only know too well, a world of inequality and conflict and unemployment, homelessness, violence, lack of educational opportunities, and indeed, ecological degradation. And yet, precisely because of this wear and tear, a world still has to be built, in which our spiritual and aesthetic desires for progress join with our concerns for fairness and justice. At the award ceremony in Kuala Lumpur in 2007, His Highness spoke of the importance of a culture of questioning across the Ummah and around the world. A question of questioning norms that have become mere habits of thought, and the urgency to question enforced and imposed limits, fences, barriers, walls, as you said, Billy, that obstruct humane solidarity in situations of crisis and duress. Pluralistic inquiry is the living link between the good society and public space, and architecture, I believe, is the arc of this ancient and intimate connection. And the Aga Khan Award does its best to propagate and protect not only architecture, but the architecture of freedom and fairness. The award aspires to sustain the quality of life of the built environment in a profound and productive relationship with the ecology of the natural life of the planet. In a world of the tireless movement of people seeking both refuge and opportunity, architecture speaks directly and urgently to the homing spirit. The fundamental right to find a peaceful and a productive home in the world. Not simply the indulgence, not simply the chance, but the fundamental right to be at home in the world. I congratulate the Aga Khan for the Architectural Award and his various advisors and helpers who have made this possible. Thank you very much.
I will ask the Aga Khan to come to the stage for the presentation of the medal. The Architectural League presents its President's Medal to His Highness the Aga Khan with profound gratitude and humility. We are grateful for the extraordinary work of the Aga Khan Award for Architecture and the recognition, scholarship, and investment it has catalyzed and supported, which has raised the quality of urban and rural environments around the world. We are humbled by his belief in the power of architecture to elevate human experience. His Highness has demonstrated the capacity for architecture to be encompassing and inclusive. Through his probing search to conceive anew the nature of cultural identity and continuity, his openness to innovation and experimentation, and the unwavering commitment to pluralism as a foundational principle of human community. By acknowledging not only the complexity and imperfection of the world we have created, but also its potential, His Highness, the Aga Khan, has set a magnificent example of stewardship and hope. So the Aga Khan will say a few words. I had promised that he wouldn't have to say anything, so now he's being very extra special nice.
Thank you. Thank you. I couldn't accept this wonderful recognition without expressing to you all the deepness of my gratitude and my thanks. In thinking about the way societies live in the developing world, in the industrialized world, I came to a very simple conclusion. What is the art form that has the most important impact on every society in every part of the world? And the answer is quite simply architecture. And it seemed to me an important conclusion that colleagues of mine, friends, others should work with me to commit to that art which must and can improve the quality of life of people around the world. There are many, many challenges, and we know all about that. But challenge is part of human life, and I don't think you or I will bend our knees in front of a challenge. I don't like bending knees. I dissuade people who have knee problems to work for me, and I still try to ski at my old age. So I want to thank you for this wonderful evening, to tell you that it's a very important evening in my life because it's a recognition of an art form which I believe needs global recognition, needs global attention, needs the best brains that we can mobilize to improve the human habitat for the decades and decades ahead. Thank you for this wonderful evening. Thank you.